Thrilled because this next hour, I'm going to save you so much money. I am so thrilled to bring you the Amazon Fire HD 8 Plus tablet. You're getting the tablet and the wireless charging stand. This is the latest and greatest. It is the thinnest, lightest Amazon Fire yet. What is so amazing about this? It does everything you want a tablet to do, and you're paying less than $100. This was originally priced at $169.99. Today, that sale price, $99.98. 5 easy payments of $20. When I say latest and greatest, I mean you can enjoy 13 hours of reading, web browsing, videos, listening to music, and then it comes with this really stylish stand that actually charges it as it's resting right there on the stand. You can do it vertically like this or horizontally. I think it's perfect for kitchens, bedrooms, dens, or office. To me, if you have summer travel plans, you need a fun, easy to use tablet. We've got it for you today, and you're saving so much money. Here to tell us all about it is Brett Hamilton. He is our technology expert. He brings us really cool things here at QVC. Hey, Brett, I'm so happy to see you.
Hey now, how are you?
I'm doing just great. How are you doing?
I'm good. Perfect time of the year. I know we always say, hey, it's perfect time. This really is a good time of the year to pick up a tablet because now hopefully we're on the move. After so many summers of, is it time to travel again? Yeah. Is it time to get away again? Is it da-da-da? Well, all right, we're back to normal, as close to normal in this world as we're ever going to get. And the cool thing, Chelsea, about a tablet, and Rick and I always joke about this is from the very beginning, when you think about what we used to have to take with us when we went on a weekend or a week or a vacation, you know, you've got all the books, you know, you got this stack, and then you got all the DVDs. Now I'm dating myself, DVDs, okay, Blu-rays, whatever they might be. You needed a machine to play them in. You needed some sort of video recording device. You needed a still camera. And again, I know that we're going back quite a bit there, but it's not that long ago that we didn't have the luxury of having all of these different forms of media in one central location. And it's pretty cool to think about the fact that now I can pick up something as small and lightweight as this device and go from, without exaggeration, I'll show you in a second, from shopping to reading to playing games to going online to the web and all that other stuff, and something that can fit in a backpack, can fit in a purse, can fit wherever, and there's no monthly fee to use it. You know, a lot of people don't realize that a tablet works like a computer. You take it out of the box, you connect it to the internet, and you do need to be connected to the internet to see live content. But when I say live content, that means only if you're gonna watch QVC in real time, as we're doing here. And by the way, see how fast this thing kicks in? You see how fast and how responsive it is to be able to go from there to jump over here, and you're on the beach and you want to read a book and you just have to wait for it to kick in. But when I bring up my book, it's there. And the old days of, oh man, I finished my book on Wednesday and there's no bookstore on this resort or wherever I am. It's no big deal. You just go online and you get the next one. One little thing I want to show you about the book while we're here, and I always like bragging about this. Look at that. You don't need your readers. You just tapped onto the screen. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of really cool tricks and a lot of really cool tools inside this device that allow you to customize it to whatever Chelsea enjoys, whatever Brett, whatever Megan, like everybody uses a tablet for something different.
Exactly. Well, and I love that you said that, because this is what I think is so special about this. It really is the total package for personal entertainment. And, you know, Brett, you and I talked about this before. I had a Kindle, like a first generation Kindle, and I thought it was the coolest thing I've ever seen. And I did. I took it on vacation with me, and I was laying out by the pool, and I was like, wow, I am living in the year 3000. This is what's so amazing about the Amazon Fire. It now gives you all those things that you loved about the Kindle, but it's so much more than just reading. There's a lot of really cool tech inside that makes this faster, easier to use. And like you said, that really intuitive screen is so easy. So tell me what's inside.
Yeah, well, I don't want to bore you guys with tech, because the one thing I try to do when I'm on the air is kind of take you away from what makes it work and make you feel more comfortable about the experience itself. But let's nerd up a little bit.
Yeah, let's do it.
There's 32 gigs of internal storage. We talk about gigabytes. You don't need to know what a gigabyte is. Just know that the more or the bigger that number is, the more space you have in your digital garage. And what do I mean by that? Well, 32 gigs, expandable to 1,000 gigabytes, which is also known as a terabyte. So there's your little bit of nerd speak. terabytes, gigabytes. The bigger the garage, the better.
Right.
Because, and this is important, if you are going to take the technology and the content, the books, the music, the movies, all that stuff with you, but you're not going to be connected to the internet, it's good to have a larger garage to store that stuff in, because there's two different ways to explore. And you asked me, so I'm giving you the answer here. There's two different ways to enjoy a tablet.
Right.
One, you're streaming. Streaming, I want you guys to think about streaming like watching live TV.
Oh.
And that's in real time. You need to be connected to the internet for that. But you can download content. You can download movies. So Chelsea downloads her favorite series, and that goes inside there. You don't have to be connected to the internet to enjoy that. So an airplane, a train, the back seat of the car with the kids is a digital babysitter.
Exactly.
So that's why this expandable memory inside here is important, because the other companies don't allow you to do that. And I will never, ever diss the iPad. If you can afford an Apple iPad, I encourage you to go buy one. But over the next hour, I'm going to show you how you probably don't need to spend that kind of money to experience the same sort of coolness. And by coolness, I'm talking about the reading and the view, the watching and the shopping and all that stuff. But my point in all this is that even an iPad, as cool as it is, as good as it is, the quality, it can't be beat. You can't add memory. You can't add storage to an iPad. You pay incrementally when you buy that thing. If you buy a 64 gig iPad, you pay this much, 128, 256. The bigger that digital garage in the other world, the more you spend. With a Fire tablet, it's Amazon. They don't care. They're like, you know what? We're going to give you 32 gigs, but we're going to let you expand that thing on your own for pennies just by opening up the little door on the side. And maybe, Chelsea, I don't know if you can do it.
Yeah.
On the side there, I don't have a close-up to show you that, but there's a little tiny door on one side of the tablet.
There it is.
See here, it's on the, if the screen is facing you, it's on, there it is. So if you pop that, and you don't have to do it, if you pop that little door open, all it really does is give you access to pop in a memory card. And if you think about what memory cards used to cost versus what they cost now, they're 10, 20 bucks or whatever, you can turn this 32 gig tablet into a 1,000 gigabyte tablet. You're never going to fill that space up.
Yeah.
I don't care how many TV shows or how many movies or how many books, how many songs, whatever it might be. So now you have the ability, by opening up, I call it the magic door. You open up the magic door, pop that memory card in, and this is not just this summer. This is all of next year and the year after or whatever, without having to worry about running out of space.
And that's what I think is so incredible about this. We talked a lot about, all the things it can do, but the reality is you're saving an enormous amount of money, because that QVC price was already low, $169.99, but today you're spending less than $100, $99.98, 5 easy payments of just $20, and shipping and handling is free. This is a customer top rated. Now, what does that mean? That means you at home love the Amazon Fire HD 8 Plus. You have written 5-star reviews that are available on QVC.com. That's what is so special about this, is that it's reviewed by you, our customers, and you absolutely love what it's giving you. What I think is so special about this, you mentioned that about traveling. I always travel with my Amazon Fire because it allows me not only just to read, which I love having that option. I also have magazine subscriptions on it, but I then can watch, I can listen. It really is all areas of entertainment in one super duper thin, lightweight tablet. But can I talk for a second too, Brett, about the fact that you're also getting the wireless stand, and that's what I think is awesome about this.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever shown anything like this with a Fire tablet. And I know a lot of you have seen the little charging pads, for wireless charging pads for phones, for tablets, for whatever it might be. The way this works is basically way above my pay grade. I have no idea how you can take this thing and not plug anything into it, but when you're not using it, you simply drop it on this stand and I'm at 100%. It charges the tablet without having to do anything other than having this stand plugged into the wall. Now, the cool part about the stand is not only is it charging your device when you're using it or even when you're not using it, but it's also a stand. So for anybody that wants to watch QVC or wants to watch, I was watching baseball on the MLB app before we came on the air, or whatever it might be. So that works as a little cradle for you, a little docking station that is a 2-in-1. It gives you the ability to prop it up so you're not putting 6 books behind it or a pillow or whatever it might be. but it's also charging it, because nobody ever thinks about, oh, is there enough power? Is there enough battery in here, until the thing goes, boop, you're out, and
And
it
you're gone.
shuts off.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when you're not using the device, or even when you are using it, you don't have any excuse for not charging it, because all you have to do is drop it on the cradle, and we're going to include that. And that's a nice little bonus, in my opinion. But whether you're using the charging cradle, the wireless charging, or not, the fact that you can do so much, Chelsea, as you just mentioned, with something that is as small and compact, and the 8-inch tablet really is a nice little, it's a nice little go-between a phone and a big honking laptop computer.
Right.
I mean, this is the iPhone 13 Max, so this is this is a pretty big screen, but it's still not as big as this. And I think if you're gonna read a book, or you're gonna watch a movie, or you're going to play a game, or do whatever you do, bigger is better, without it being something that becomes so cumbersome that if you are traveling, it's not like when you get to the airport, now I got to open up the laptop and I got to put it through the thing and all that. Like, this is something where a lot of times now you don't even have to take it out of your bag. Security's like, no, just pass it through the metal detector, and we're on and gone. But to my point there, this is something that you can go from using in your living room the night before you travel to in the morning using it for the weather and all that stuff. You take it to the airport, you're killing time before you get on the plane. You get on the plane, you're still watching stuff. You're in an Uber on your way to the hotel, and then before you go to bed at night, you can check the weather, you can check the news, you can check whatever. And it's got so much variety to it that it doesn't do just one or two things really well.
Yeah.
It really is good at doing a lot of things really well.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And you know where I really like to use it? In my kitchen. That stand allows me, so I just went to QVC.com. I started looking at recipes. That stand allows me, it functions like a cookbook stand that I, can easily kind of scroll through, see the recipes I want, prepare my food. I also kind of like use it as my hub, Brett, in my kitchen, because I like to look at pictures on my phone. I like to scroll. I like to check social media. It kind of allows me to do that so quickly, so easily, and then it's charging at the same time. Because, Brett, you're exactly right. Your devices never die at the right time. They die when you're in the middle of like a very important phone call, a meeting, like something that you're like, oh God, or you listen to a song and then all of a sudden it stops. I like that I can use it. It functions so well, but then it's charging at the same time. So I heard people are picking up more than one, because I want everyone to take advantage of the fact that you're getting a tablet that's quick, easy to use, right out of the box, and you're saving a tremendous amount of money. And Brett, I was thinking about it. This season is like the season of graduations. There's so many people maybe going to the high school for the first time, going off to college, that they just want a quick, easy tablet. What a wonderful gift to give to them.
Well, and to your point, not having to spend $500-$600 to give the son, the daughter, the grandson, whoever it might be, a tablet. We flash back 4 or 5 years ago, and there weren't many options out there. And even the Fire tablets were a lot more expensive back then. But certainly the idea of grandmom giving, her grandson an iPad probably isn't going to happen. I mean, that would be a pretty major gift, even for graduation, to spend $600 or $700. But to the point I was making earlier, for those of you going, what are the big differences, or what is the difference between buying from Samsung or buying from Apple or whatever it might be? And for me, there's 3 big ones. The first one is what I showed you a few minutes ago, or spoke to, and that is the expandable memory. Most of the other tablet companies don't allow you to change your mind later on to make that digital garage bigger. And the iPad certainly is a good example of that. Again, I'm not knocking the iPad. It's an incredible machine. I just don't know that the person, the majority of you watching right now are like, oh, I can't buy this Fire tablet because it won't let me record an album, meaning like actually produce an album. It's not going to let me produce and edit a movie. Like, what are you doing at home right now when you use your computer or your phone? You're thinking about getting a tablet. You're shopping. You're probably looking at email. You can do that. You're on the internet on a website. You can do that. You can watch movies. You can listen to music. You've got cameras in the front and back for taking pictures and for taking video. You can open up a Word document and be productive. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. But I really can't tell you what you're going to do with it. But I can tell you that what you want to do with it can be done. And that's a pretty bold statement, because there's no possible way that I can know what tens of thousands of people that are watching us right now might do with the tablet. But I do know what the most common uses are. And if we take it, just